If you feel like there's a big gap between your ambitions and your present results, like I was, then you need to hear this. I'm Brian Ford. Welcome to Self-Improvement Daily. I don't know about you, but I've spent a lot of time thinking about how I'm not as far along as I thought I would be by now. Given how smart I am, how hard I work, and the thousands of hours I'd spent in my personal development, I just wasn't getting the results I knew I was capable of. I felt like I had what it took to be a highly influential, highly impactful leader, but it just wasn't materializing into my reality. And if you've ever felt the same way, here's the real reason why. It's because you're not following through on the bigger and bolder actions that create the bigger and bolder vision you have for your life. It's as simple as that. If you'd have consistently taken these actions, your reality would look a lot different. Your life is perfectly calibrated to the level of action that you've been taking. Bridging this gap and operating at the level of influence, impact, and financial success you've been envisioning involves improving your action in two ways. First, you need to know what it is that you need to do, leveraging strategies and tactics that are proven to work. And second, you need to actually do those things consistently. That's it. When you elevate the way you do both, you will elevate your results. But here's a very important detail most people overlook. Small and inconsistent action is only a symptom of the real problem. The root cause is your environment. The conditions you're operating within are highly responsible for what you do or don't do. A prominent feature in your environment are your systems. There's an underlying system for absolutely everything that is perfectly designed for the level of output it produces. Your current actions are the byproduct of your current system. This means that the real point of intervention isn't to will your way into taking more action, but to improve the design of your environment by upgrading your systems. Even when your goals are unique to you, they're made possible by having a better foundation to build upon. When I implemented what I call the baseline follow-through operating system, which is just a handful of system upgrades that made it easier to hold myself to a higher standard, that's when everything started to change. I no longer felt like I was falling behind, and instead started opening doors and making moves at the levels I always knew were possible. What's happening right now is proof of it. Tomorrow, I'm going to meet James Clear, the author of Atomic Habits. And that never would have been possible if I continued to do things how I used to do them. But I upgraded my systems, which improved the leverage and consistency of my actions, and look where it took me. When you change the roots, you change the fruits. Now, if you want to start making good on your higher potential, it starts with upgrading your systems. And the best way I know how to help you with that is by incorporating the baseline follow-through operating system for yourself. For years, I've been fine-tuning a process that walks you through it step by step. And if you're ready to reach your next level, click the link in the description and you can get started implementing it for yourself right away. I'm Brian Ford, and you grew today. Let's do it again tomorrow on Self-Improvement Daily.